My name is Goran Suša. I'm Managing Director of Amelicor Engineering. I'm not going to spend this presentation alone on the stage, so I would welcome my assistant, probably the only assistant in our company that doesn't require any support of human resources. So, Spot, please come over to stage. So, this small robot will join me on stage while I do my presentation. He will do a scanning of the room, which you will be able to see later on, hopefully, if everything goes right, in our showroom. So, I will start with a brief introduction to the presentation. So, today's topic is basically design and build projects in pharma industry and the value that digital transformation brings to these projects and to pharma industry overall. So, a short introduction about the company. Amelicor Group is one of the global leaders in HVAC and cleanroom solutions. We are present in more than 50 countries all around the world. So, in total, we have 7 companies within the group. We employ more than 1,000 people. 300 out of these 1,000 are engineers. So our experience with production is 48 years, and we have 50,000 square meters of production facilities, and we produce more than 250 types of different products in our portfolio. Amelicor Engineering, as a part of the Amelicor Group company, is engineering company mostly focused on delivery of design and build projects in pharma industry. But besides the pharma industry, we also do healthcare projects, projects in automotive, microelectronic, and battery industry. Besides the design and build, we also participate in the projects as subcontractors. So not whole portfolios design and build. We do some projects where we participate as subcontractors in design and construction of HVAC and cleanroom installation, and basically mostly HVAC and cleanroom because we have most experience in this area. So I will try to focus on 3 main areas: benefits of design in construction, and benefits of design for manufacturing. So, what are the typical questions that one designer will hear during the project, during the design phase of the projects, besides the technical questions that they need to answer, technical issues that need to be resolved? They will hear questions like, how am I going to operate this? Is this safe to use? How am I going to maintain this? How am I going to replace this? How am I going to access this? And basically, not being able to provide answers to all these questions will probably result in a huge delays during the construction. Probably it will result in costs, delayed start of production, so loss of profit, and so on. And I'm not saying that design team is not responsible to provide answers, for all these questions during design. What I'm saying that it's often a case that these questions have not been tackled in time, nobody provided answers, and it resulted in delays and costs, additional costs. We often see, and previously, we did reviews of the projects in a totally different way. Imagine, for example, doing accessibility, maintainability, operability review of a facility where you have thousands of valves, instruments, safety devices that need to be accessible at any time. And doing this by looking at the two-dimensional drawings, what we all did a couple of years ago, if we remember. So it's not only that the questions have not been answered, there was not a proper tool available to do these reviews in a proper way. So basically, by using BIM and 3D models, by designing in a way that we show service areas, walkways, accessibility, bring-in ways, constructability elements, showing how the equipment will go in, how it will go out in future. We provide the visibility to basically all stakeholders of the project. The main stakeholders in the project will definitely be plant engineering in future, user, and by conducting these reviews and making sure that the stakeholders can see what kind of facility are they going to get, that they can make sure that they are going to have facility that is easy and safe to operate, to maintain, it will be much easier for them to review and approve design, and you will basically be able to start the construction without fear of going back and remodeling and reconstructing something that's already been constructed. So in the past, it was normal thing that you conduct a review. The first time you see that there is an issue with design is when you constructed something. And then you need to go back, you need to remodel one system, maybe even 2, 3, 4 systems, and immediately it will result in a delay. So one of the, I would say, main stakeholders I mentioned is also construction management, which we try to involve in design at an early stage. So basically, by providing visibility to construction management and planning team, they can see and they can warn the design team. They can challenge the design team and provide valuable inputs during the design by taking into consideration the sequence of installation, constructability, and so on. So, back to construction. Why do I think that the design and build model is probably the best model you can have? Sorry, just to pick some water. One of the best models you can have in these kinds of projects. Basically, because of responsibilities, because of a transition from one project phase to another project phase. If you have a well-coordinated team, integrated team, that does design, construction, planning, all from the start, all together, you will not have issues in transition of the project from one phase to another. So if for example, if I remember the first projects I did, construction projects, it would most often be the case that when I start the project, this is the first time that I see the documentation of the project that I need to perform. I would get a pile of documents. This is the first time I start planning the project. I even maybe start procurement of some components at that point. So basically, we already have a delay. We started the project, and this is the first time we have even started thinking about how are we going to construct the project. And even now, with all the technology available, I can see a lot of projects that are not designed and built, and I'm not saying every project should be organized in such a way. But I can see a lot of projects struggling in transition from one phase to another. So basically, you have one company doing design, the other company doing the construction, and the handover of the documentation takes time. So there is no opportunity to do an overlapping of any activities. You cannot maybe start procurement of components, material, before design ends. And mostly it results, if the handover is not clean and smooth, it results in claims, delays, responsibilities, and so on. So people will try to move the responsibility to someone else. So basically, when you have a team that's set up in a way that from the very start of the project, it's the matter of collaboration of all stakeholders, and you have design team, construction team, commissioning and planning team, all working together, you can make sure that you are basically delivering the project in such a way that you reduce the risk for your client. He needs a minimum of engineering engagement in your project, and basically, I mean, that's about it. These are the main advantages. To move on with the other benefits of BIM, rather than design and construction, I would like to point out benefit of prefabrication and manufacturing. So there's hardly any construction site that's not struggling with logistics area for warehousing area, prefabrication area. That's especially case in the fit-out projects that are very there are very many fit-out projects in the pharma industry, where you are basically doing a project within the building that's already operating, and you are limited with space, limited with a number of people you can bring on site, and you still need to keep the timelines that were initially set up by client. So one of the areas where I think Amelicor has done the most progress in terms of assimilation of BIM or digital technologies, manufacturing and construction is exactly the clean room panel system production. So basically our automated antibacterial clean room panel production system has been completely digitalized. So we have done a digital transformation by implementing and developing a series of applications. These applications are allowing us to basically directly from BIM create an order for production of the clean room panels. It also allows us to generate the code directly for fabrication of these clean room panels. And there are additional applications that will basically, these applications will basically optimize all of our preparation of the stacking, pellet stacking, and delivery on site. So basically, you will have a panel system that has been designed in BIM, coded, stacked on the pellets, and delivered on site directly in correlation with documentation that will be delivered on construction site. This enables us more flexibility, faster delivery of the projects, and of course, increase of the quality of the projects. Besides the clean room manufacturing, we have also done quite an improvement in prefabrication of HVAC and utilities, especially utilities, in terms of design. So our BIM design is basically resulting in a set of isometrics and MTOs which are delivered at an early stage of construction, before the construction starts at the end of the design phase, providing ability for subcontractors that are doing these systems and constructing these systems to maximize their prefabrication. Maximizing prefabrication is basically brings a lot of benefits to the whole project. You can reduce the size of the prefabrication facilities. You can also you can improve the quality. The quality is the most important thing in pharmaceutical engineering, especially sterile systems where you want to do as much as possible work in the controlled conditions to avoid contamination of the sterile piping. And of course, in the end, you will have healthier, safer construction site with less people on site, and you will be able to organize the site way better than if you had to do all the work on site without prefabrication. So, just a short reflection to artificial intelligence, like this one here. I think we are all relying on this, and we are trying to find a solution how to use artificial intelligence more and more. What I think the best way is we cannot replace engineering knowledge and experience with these kind of things. But what we can do, we can find more and more tasks that can be easily automated, so we can have our engineers focused on the tasks that artificial intelligence will never be able to do, and give them, these guys, more work to do for us. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.